Wow. Cries of joy, tears of relief as Edan Alexander's mother and father embraced their son, held for more than 580 days by Hamas terrorists. Edan was the last living American hostage to be released. He was just 19 years old when he was kidnapped on October 7th, 2023. He spent 2 birthdays in captivity. Just a day ago, Hamas announced it would release Edan after several days of talking directly with representatives of the United States. This video shows the moment Edan returned to the custody of the IDF after being escorted to them from Gaza by the Red Cross. It was a stunning turn of events. Remember, Hamas had just told the world a few weeks ago that it had lost contact with the group holding Edan. Despite that, his family never lost hope, not even when negotiations for a peace deal and a hostage release stalled time and time again. I discussed that with Edan's father, Adi, just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm in touch with Steve Witkoff all the time. What we understand that everything is stuck and the hostage is in a limbo, which is not a perfect situation as you can imagine. So we urge everybody to go back to the bargaining tables.
Oh my God, Edan! Edan!
Now, that was the moment Special Envoy Steve Witkoff handed his phone off to Edan's mother. Remember, Witkoff was instrumental in securing Edan's release. And this is footage of the moment Edan's mother takes the phone from Witkoff, assuring her son that he was, in fact, now safe as he made his way to them in an IDF convoy. Shortly thereafter, of course, the emotional reunion Edan's mother has, I'm sure, dreamt of for nearly 600 nights. All this as celebrations broke out in Tel Aviv. Crowds gathered in the city's hostage square chanting Edan's name. And in Edan's hometown of Tenafly, New Jersey, more crowds, hundreds deep, in anticipation of his return home. The mayor of that town, Mark Zinna, joins us now. Wow, the shot of those crowds gathering to celebrate, this is quite a day.
It was just, it was unbelievable, Elizabeth. It was just fantastic. The crowd started gathering at about 4:30 this morning.
Wow.
And we started off with about 1,000 people, and at the height, we had about 2,000 residents and people from neighboring towns come and celebrate. It was just magnificent. And there were a few ups and downs today, but everyone maintained hope and prayer, and he's with his family, and that's really all that matters in the end.
You know, we've seen other hostages released and come out of captivity in Gaza. Some of them have looked really terrible. There had to be that moment, you know, when everybody was watching, sort of holding their breath, wondering what condition would Edan be in.
Well, that's correct. You know, I'm not a doctor, and I think he was in better shape than we were expecting him to be in physically. But you know, this young man has gone through a lot of trauma over a long period of time, and I'm sure he has wounds that none of us understand. So, you know, we're going to continue praying for him and his family and for his recovery, and we're looking forward to him being back in Tenafly.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking forward to being back in Tenafly, too. Do you know Edan and his family at all? I mean, anything about their role in the community?
So, yes, I know them both. They're magnificent people. They're fully engaged in the community. They have been tireless advocates for their son and their family over the past 580 plus days. And they've traveled back and forth to Israel. They are out there. They are part of the community, a big part of it. I spoke to his dad, Edan's dad, last night as he was heading to the airport to go to Israel. And, you know, it's a tough situation. You know, what do you say to these parents? And what we do is we just offer them hope and prayer, and they're just wonderful people.
Many of Edan's high school friends still live in Tenafly. He had just graduated high school, was taking a gap year. His dad has been on this show to talk to me many times since he was taken hostage. What do his friends, what do you as a town have planned for when he does finally get on that airplane and come back home to New Jersey?
Well, people were asking me that today before Edan was returned, and I said we're taking this 1 minute at a time. We're not taking any chances, and but now that he is safe with his family, we're going to talk to the family and see what they want to do. But we've got residents that want to throw parades, give him keys to the city, name a park after him, all kinds of wonderful things. But it's ultimately going to be up to Edan and his family in terms of what we do for a celebration.
Yeah, and remember, it was just weeks ago that everybody feared the worst. That was what the last time his father was on this show, was when the Hamas said, "Oh, we've lost track of him." Everybody feared the worst at that point.
Well, that's correct, and it happened again today for a little while. At one point, Hamas had said they had turned Edan over to the Red Cross, and then the Red Cross announced they didn't have him. So everyone was holding that collective breath about what's really going on here. Is this going to be another major disappointment? And whatever it was, but in the end, it was, you've seen the reunion of Edan and his family. It's so joyous.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who can watch that without getting a tear in their eye. I know I did, and I've seen it about 3 times now.
Right.
So the party continues in Tenafly, I hear. People are still going strong and are going to watch the Knicks game, because apparently Edan was a huge Knicks fan, or is a huge Knicks fan, and the Knicks have a big game tonight.
That's correct. A resident from a neighboring town donated their Jumbotron, which is like 60 feet by 30 feet. So we've got this big festival going on right now, and everyone's out there enjoying the Knicks game, and just very grateful.
All right. Well, Mayor Mark Zena, thank you so much. And we will be in touch about the celebration welcoming Edan home. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.